Yo, what's up, dudes and mom? um, it's a kind of anticlimactic close to this 108-day cycle. I ended up kind of having a headache. I was gonna go for a run, but I just went for a short walk. I did write a lot of Chinese characters today, so that's a good thing. I think I'm recovering from the vacation, which is odd, but when you're on vacation, you're running around doing a bunch of stuff. Anyhow, because I like to journal, I thought I would capture some thoughts at the end of this 108 days. This one was interesting. This one was cool because it started May 1st, and in April I was battling some anxiety and depression, and I wasn't sure if when May 1st came, when a new cycle of 108 days for this thing I made up, when it came, I wasn't sure if I was going to do anything. And then I think the day before, April 30th, I was like, you know what I can do? I can run every day. So then I did that, and I didn't, I had kind of ghosted from the internet and everything too. So I didn't post about it or anything. And then maybe on the third day or the fourth day, maybe I posted something to Instagram. Maybe I made a video. I can't even remember. Um, and it was good. Like, I didn't have any clear parameters for it other than wanting to uh, do some exercise because I figured it'd help with the anxiety and depression, and it did. And I eventually made the minimum. When I do these daily things, I like to construct a minimum requirement for success. And the minimum I did was 1 mile of walking. Didn't even have to be running. That's what I've done for the last week. All I've done is a mile of walking. And then while on vacation, I'm sure I did a mile, but I didn't track it. And that was a good thing. And the reason I was like depressed and anxious or whatever is I was still recovering from last year's manic episode, um, and it was kind of in the throughout the course of this 108 where I began to reflect on last year and years before, which was also cool. Maybe talking about that is outside of the scope of this video that I'm shooting. But what I will say is that the 108-day run was very very successful. Like, I started to. There were times here and there. I did start meditating daily, but I think after I decided I'm gonna meditate for an hour a day every morning for the next 108, I kind of just been slacking on meditating. I don't think that that's a good reason to not meditate, but I think since I've had that in my mind, I'm like, I'll be doing that meditation thing really soon. Um, so I don't have like and I didn't do it for this one where I really sketched it out and was clear what I was going to do for the 108 days. Um, where I just kind of made it up the day before. This next one is really cool because I think this will be the first one where uh, where whatever it is I lay out for the next 108 days, whether it's meditation plus running, or maybe there's Chinese study in there, maybe I sprinkle a couple goals in there. I'm not sure. I don't know what it's going to look like yet, but it will come from being, what do I want to say? I want to say educated, being educated from all my past experiences. So this year is what I called the official launch of the 108. So the next one will be the third cycle, but it's really like the sixth or the seventh. But they've all been pretty like they've all been. I mean, each one is a new experiment, which I like about them. But I think this will be the first one where I really get to draw on the experiences and what I learned from the past ones in terms of structuring what the daily thing is, and maybe structuring what the goals will be, because there's been quite a few that were kind of I mean, failures in a way. I mean, they're all successes, but I remember one, like I laid out goals for the 108 that maybe I got done super early, and then I didn't know what to do after that. So then I made up new stuff. We'll see. I'm excited for what this next one will bring. Yeah, that's about it. I just kind of wanted to capture real-time thoughts from the end of it. Yeah, like, if I go into last year, like I was manic throughout, like the one that would have been happening, that would have ended last year, would have been like right, or mania, kind of like whoop whoop whoop, and then I was in the hospital. And then at the start of this year, I was still kind of in recovery mode, shifted focus. This one was good, where I just did that one thing every day that worked out well, and I'm gonna design something similar to that. Oh, like here, I'll throw this in. Yeah, this is just personal journaling, and forever, might find it interesting watching me talk and journal to myself. But let's see. Yeah, it was really this last one where this next one will be an extension of this one, where my thought is if I work on making my daily routine like good for mental health and forward progress, let's say. So, everybody, if they thought about what their perfect day would be, they'd probably have a bunch of things: doing yoga, eating healthy, meditating, reading, writing, working on a hobby, playing music, whatever it is. You got all these different things. And what I wanted to work on was maybe like, instead of all the things, like what would I like to take place every single day, and work on adding one thing during the 108. Maybe I'd add other things, but I just wanted to do the one thing. So this last one thing was some kind of physical activity, which I listed as running or walking for 1 mile a day. It was normally running, but if I had an extra busy day or whatever, I always made sure I got at least a 1 mile walk in. And this next one will basically be, I will be building on that. I'll be building on it with, like, I don't plan on the 1 hour of meditation to go on beyond the 108 days. Maybe it will. Maybe at the end of it, I'm like, this is great. I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to be working on a specific thing with that amount of meditating. But I do imagine that I will continue to meditate daily at a perhaps lesser amount when the 108 is done. I will add Chinese on there. And again, when the next 108 is done, I will assess what my day looks like. And then, like, I think I'm just going to keep doing 108s where I, like, tweak out my day until I'm like, I can't tweak out my days anymore. And then maybe I'll build the focuses around something else. I don't know. We'll see. So as soon as I do a reflection, I'll write it out, put it up on my website. I think it's still up. I might have to pay WordPress some money. I'll get it all written up, and then when I do that, I'll have a better collected thought about what the next one will be, and I'll make a short video and put it up, and then you can check that out. But yeah, successful 108 days. Good. I liked it. That's it. Alrighty. Peace.